RV News titled Breaking, Exchange your dinar at any bank now. Huge IQD news, secure profits fast. Written in paragraph format without headings as you requested. Welcome back to RV News. Your #1 source for breaking updates. In-depth analysis and real-time alerts on the Iraqi Dinar IQD, Vietnamese Dong VND, global currency resets, and all things related to the financial revaluation movement. If you're holding onto your dinar and waiting for the right moment, or if you've just stepped into this incredible journey, today's video could be the most important update you'll hear. There is breaking news circulating across banking circles, currency forums, and insider communities that could shift the momentum of the Iraqi dinar revaluation faster than ever before. We're talking about confirmations from multiple sources that major banks across the United States and possibly worldwide are now allowing IQD exchanges at standard banking locations.
That's right. You may no longer need to wait for special redemption centers or Tier 1 appointments.
You may be able to walk into any bank and exchange your dinar now. Let that sink in for a moment. This is not just a small rumor or hopeful speculation. The data backing this is mounting, and reports are pouring in from dinar holders across the country. From Chase to Wells Fargo, from Bank of America to even regional credit unions. Multiple accounts suggest that the long-anticipated restrictions on the Iraqi dinar exchange are being lifted slowly, quietly but surely. This shift signals not just convenience for dinar holders, but possibly the early phase of the global revaluation process we've all been watching and waiting for. This means that profits could be secured fast if you're ready and alert. Let's break down what this really means and how you can benefit from it. Until now, most IQD holders were under the assumption, and rightly so, that exchanges would happen only through specific redemption centers or elite Tier 1 financial institutions. These centers were said to be by invitation only, through 800 numbers, possibly NDA bound, and highly confidential. With banks now reportedly accepting IQD exchanges at the teller level, sometimes even at the business counter, the entire landscape has shifted. Several insiders have confirmed that banking systems are already elite, recognizing the IQD as an internationally exchangeable currency. A move that previously required a full reinstatement of Iraq's sovereignty in international finance. This leads to the next critical development, Iraq itself. Over the last month, the Central Bank of Iraq has made several key policy moves. International observers, including the IMF and BIS, have noted that Iraq's foreign reserves have exceeded $100 billion United States dollars, with oil sales remaining high and inflation under control. This macroeconomic stability is one of the final prerequisites for any large-scale currency adjustment.
Multiple articles published by Iraqi financial outlets are reporting that the CBI is preparing for a new rate announcement, possibly in
coordination with foreign entities. And we've even seen suggestions that the IQD will soon appear on Forex trading platforms. If the dinar becomes fully tradable internationally, this opens up new valuation potentials. And early holders of the IQD could see unprecedented profit opportunities. Now here's the real kicker. In several recorded conversations, customers have documented live exchanges at rates significantly above the current market by rate. Some banks are offering contract rates, or what seem to be temporary structured rates that exceed the standard Forex value. These contract rates, as we've discussed in previous videos, are often part of closed-door government and institutional agreements related to post-conflict reconstruction and oil credit futures. What this means is simple. You could be eligible for a higher rate if you're exchanging at the right location, at the right time, and with the right strategy. One source claims that a small regional bank in Texas facilitated an exchange at over $3 per IQD, well above the international rate, hovering near the 1,300 IQD to USD range. If this is happening now, even on a limited scale, it tells us that we are entering the pre-revaluation phase, where systems are being tested and liquidity channels are being quietly opened. Another huge piece of this puzzle involves compliance and AML protocols. In the past, many banks hesitated to deal with IQD due to risk compliance, but those barriers are also coming down. Banks now report having streamlined procedures, updated SWIFT access, and new internal guidelines that include the Iraqi dinar in the list of permitted exchange currencies. It seems that the banking infrastructure has been quietly preparing for this moment for months, if not years, and the green light is finally being given. Some currency desks now show live rate screens for IQD, and bank employees are receiving updated training material on how to process dinar transactions. All of this supports the notion that a system-wide rollout is in motion. And if you're watching this video right now, you're ahead of the curve. So what should you do next? First, check with your local bank. Don't wait for the masses to catch on, get ahead. Visit your nearest major bank branch and inquire about foreign currency exchanges, specifically the IQD. Bring your physical dinar notes with you. Make sure they're clean, uncirculated if possible, and organized. Ask if they currently handle IQD exchanges and whether you need an appointment. If they say no, don't stop there. Escalate the inquiry to their international currency desk or wealth management division. Many of these processes are handled internally and may require manager approval. Remember, persistence and professionalism go a long way. Keep calm and be clear. Explain that you are a currency holder and that you'd like to confirm whether their institution has initiated IQD exchange protocols. Second, document everything. If a bank says yes, get the details. What rate are they offering? Are there any fees? Do they require any forms or AML documents? Is there a minimum or maximum exchange limit? Are there taxes or capital gains considerations? The more data you gather, the better. This not only helps you, but also the entire RV community. We're eagerly watching for verified information to validate what's happening behind the scenes. Third, consider the timing. If this is indeed the beginning of open bank exchanges, then early movers may benefit the most. As the revaluation progresses and public awareness increases, we may see rate fluctuations, regulatory bottlenecks, or even temporary halts to manage liquidity. Getting in early before the full global reset is announced might allow you to secure contract rates or favorable exchange options that won't be available later. We've already heard that some Tier 1 clients are getting preferential appointments and that certain accounts are flagged for expedited service. You may want to consider opening a private banking relationship if you haven't already. This can streamline your process and give you access to higher tier exchange support. On a macro level, this development has massive implications. For years, the dinar community has waited for signs that the RV is more than a theory. Today's confirmations suggest that what was once reserved for whispers and speculation is now moving into real-world execution. If banks are accepting IQD, even in limited form, it means systems are turning on. Liquidity is being tested. Procedures are going live. This is not a drill. For governments, this move represents a signal that Iraq is ready to re-enter the global economy with confidence. For investors, this is a once-in-a-lifetime profit event. And for those of us in the RV community, this is the moment we've been preparing for emotionally, financially, and spiritually. Let's not forget that this also connects with broader developments in the BRICS alliance and global de-dollarization. As more countries push to diversify their reserves and trade currencies, the rise of non-USD currencies like the IQD becomes strategically significant. Iraq, sitting on one of the largest oil reserves on the planet, has every reason to leverage its natural wealth into economic strength. The restoration of the dinar's former value, some say, even pre-2003 levels, is not just a fantasy. It's a calculated economic path that aligns with regional power shifts and global monetary reform. The inclusion of Iraq in oil for currency trade agreements, its growing ties with China and Russia, and its exit from Chapter 7 sanctions are all dominoes leading toward a full dinar recovery. And the news that any bank, not just specialized redemption centers, can process your dinar is perhaps the biggest domino to fall yet. Now let's address some skepticism. It's natural to wonder if this is true. Why isn't it all over the mainstream news? Why aren't more people talking about it? The answer lies in controlled disclosure. Major financial institutions often begin testing new systems in small batches to manage risk and ensure compliance. The rollout is quiet on purpose, allowing infrastructure to stabilize before the media frenzy hits. This is how central banks and Tier 1 institutions operate, through limited, phased exposure. The same thing happened with Zimbabwe bonds, with digital asset trials, and with other emerging financial reforms. Don't wait for CNN or Fox News to confirm it. Look at what's actually happening in local banks, with real customers and documented transactions. That's where the truth lives. We also want to warn our viewers, beware of scams. As this news spreads, bad actors will attempt to prey on excited investors. Never give your dinar to anyone who promises better rate.